Okay.
So New England yesterday. It was yesterday, right? You all got to.
That's correct.
I had to watch it on delay. I was coaching my U6 team.
Okay.
Which was kind of nice. Got back, was able to just hang out in the deck. I ignored all my texts, which is probably.
But you could only watch it on delay because it was the national game of the week on ESPN, right?
Which was so nice that the one.
Somebody tell me, why can't you record on
like ESPN Plus or something like that?
No, what's the
Bally's?
Bally's? That's it. Why can't you record the Bally's?
No, I know no one's a fan of Bally's.
No, everybody hates Bally's. But what kind of channel doesn't let you record?
I don't know.
I mean,
Not me.
They invented TiVo like 35 years ago.
I know. I love TiVo. Did you ever have TiVo, Carmen?
No, I went straight to the whole.
Like literally, their interface is still like back, and then that's like 15, 20. Is still the best navigational interface.
Well, it actually worked. Unlike many of these new systems.
It was really simple. It was the other thing of TiVo was like really fast too. Like there was no delay in the menu. So I think they must have done some things like on the device to make it work really fast. And that just was really satisfying. It made a really nice clicking noise as you change. I don't know. I'm getting nostalgic, but I miss my TiVo. I think DirecTV bought them out and then they didn't use the menu. Damn you, DirecTV.
Damn it. They just wanted the name. Yeah. So when we were dominating against New England in the first half, my daughter leans over to me in the game and says, "We're really dominating, playing well." And I said, "Yeah, that's great. We've been doing that all the time, but watch us give up one goal on one chance." Yeah. And she's like, "No. I mean, we're really dominating." Foreshadow.
Yeah, because that first 20 minutes, right?
We were on fire.
There's just zero pressure from them. It looked like they were in no mood to give us any pressure.
No, they looked like they didn't want to be here, want to get back on the bus.
And to be fair, even the goal they got was a goalkeeping mistake. But let's go to the attempt that Almada had on the free kick here at the beginning of the game. Again, shows the class of Almada. That he knows how to put it on frame. Difficult kick from pretty close, so had to loop it over the wall with power and accuracy, and does both. And Turner makes just an absolute amazing save. They do this silly thing where the guy lays on the ground and they don't even jump, which defeats the point of that. But to be fair to Almada on that, he took it so fast, I think he got the wall a little off guard on their jumping sequence.
They do have that. Clearly, the assistant coaches are working on not letting them get timed on these things, and that's good. As we'll note from the stats foreshadow. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be working. But Turner, so there's a reason why, folks. He's on his way to Arsenal. He's already been signed for Arsenal. He's the U.S. national team goalkeeper, and he's only here because they loaned him back for the remainder of the season. Yeah, he's real good. At least shot stopping wise, he is.
He palmed that from kind of behind his body. It was almost crossing the line.
I don't think Shuttleworth makes that save.
Yeah, but Almada shows his class again a few minutes later here off of a corner kick, and will not be denied by Turner on this play. I think it came off a corner kick.
It got deflected. He brought it down out of a 10-yard. It goes popping up in the air.
Yeah. Here it goes, gets crossed, then pops up, recycled after this Araujo cross, I think. And it just lands right in. Look
at that.
Almada.
Boom, boom, boom.
Just,
That's
what everyone was waiting for Barco to do, right? Because Barco could do it for
can't do that.
The under-23. No, he can do it.
No, he can't.
He was doing it for the under-23 national team.
Not really.
Couldn't do it for Atlanta United. Yes, he could.
No offense.
Absolutely. He was a bigger star, in my opinion, when I watched the under-23 World Cup than even Almada, because he was doing plays like that. But
the thing that
Almada's better.
I think actually Barco can do that. I'm just kidding, giving a hard time. But the thing that makes Almada a better player than Barco is his awareness of what's around him.
Yeah.
Barco tended to put his head down when he dribbled, and Barco could also score those goals. Barco could also run at players, but wasn't wasn't the creative force. I mean, the thing about Almada is he makes teams go because he moves the ball so quickly.
And he does, like, he's not getting fouled because I don't think no one's around him.
No one's ever near him because the ball's gone.
So there's no flopping like we saw with Barco. Totally different
style. There's no opportunity. We don't know whether he flops because no one's ever near him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Which is the best way.
That's so refreshing. And I think a lot of people don't notice him out there. And this is
it's
always
subtle.
a good sign of a great player when you're not seeing him involved with some of that stuff, you know? It's just,
also, you don't get hurt if you don't get fouled.
That's true. So, all right. So then what happens here, if we go to the New England goal where they tie it up, this is, pretty good passing from them, in midfield. They do a good job of doing some.
So here's the thing, though, right? Pause it, right? So here's the problem, right? As we've been saying over and over, we have the unbalanced lineup. Right now, we've paused it. New England has just taken over the ball. We have 3 guys back, which is what we typically have. It's Gutman, it's Dijon, and it's Franco. They're evenly spaced across the middle. What is not there is Lennon because he's gone flying up the field. And as you notice, the guy who's trying to cover for him, Ibarra, who's trying to come out of the center midfield to cover him. Do you think he's going to be able to cover him there?
No.
So they've played it to the center forward. The outside left midfielder is running, and Ibarra's trying to come 30 yards back from the midfield to chase back into the right back spot, right, to protect against Lennon. And look what happens.
A little slot up into the box to Busca, who just, if you watch on this next play how bad Bobby Shuttleworth's footwork is on this, he comes out and then pauses and just loses all his footing. Because if he'd have just stayed composed, he's a good enough shot stopper to almost stop anything from that angle. And
he shoots from far enough away. He had plenty of time to close his legs.
Yeah.
Right? Sometimes it's so close and you have no chance. I mean, that's a good 5 yards away.
Ugh. It's painful to watch.
I want you to go back one more time, though, because I want you to notice one other thing that I noticed for the first time because we don't really get to see Dijon very much. But Dijon is really slow at reading the danger. Multiple times in this game, he's slow coming across. Yeah. Now, Franco gets beat, right? I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not really Dijon's fault, but he's slow to read the danger and to come over. Watch out right now. Then he comes over, right? It's that extra hesitation. It means he can't get there.
Yeah, because he took a glance upfield right when...
there was nobody there, right? So his only responsibility was to go help.
Yeah, just bad instinct. All right, we're moving on. Let's get through these highlights. So...
And I noted that multiple times in the game, he was slow to come over.
This goal is so painful. This second goal that we gave up to New England. Dave, in this goal, the team is just lulled into just not being aware of, because we had 7 people back and one, count the guys, right? There's a guy who crosses the ball and he crosses it to one player on the far post over 7 Atlanta United players. And that's all that was happening. And it's because on this transition here, here they get it, they pick it up in midfield, and they just kind of glide back a little bit. The striker moves up into the far post area. We got 7 players back.
Against 1.
And just settled it on his chest. You tell me, though, that seemed to be almost over relaxation on the fact that we did have numbers back, but no responsibility on the only guy that mattered.
I have to say, Franco, again, foreshadowing, I've maybe looked at the goals, and Franco's been beat twice over the top on almost exactly the same play. He tends to get a little lost with the ball in the air and doesn't react too well.
But why isn't Gutman also closing that fast? He's got 4 other players around him that can deal with if he gets beat.
I agree.
So it's a combination of you can make a beautiful cross over Franco's head if you have that much time.
And I really thought in live that he was definitely offsides. The whole New England player, including Busca, thought he was offsides. He never celebrated the goal. He just stood there and waited for them to go back.
I don't think it was
offside. But on the
offside.
clip, you go back, he is not offsides.
Yeah, he's not offsides.
It was the right call.
Yeah, okay, good. We're right on that. All right, so there we go. And then Almada is all class on this next goal. Gosh, he does.
You mean Araujo or Almada or Moreno or all three?
All three, but
because it's an interchange with all three, isn't it?
I give 90% of the credit to Almada on this goal, from the buildup that he was involved in to basically flipping it to Araujo, who did make a great run. But what an incredible effort here by Almada. Shrugs somebody off, ball, plays it out wide,
runs.
Again,
looks to get it back. They play it back in front of him. They get to Moreno, who slots it back to Almada, who slips it through to Araujo. Goal.
Just the vision to see him making that run and to be able to flip it with the outside of his foot, just right to the right spot. It was well timed, amazing. That's all Almada. I mean,
yeah,
somebody flips you that. I mean, a great run by Araujo.
And he lifted it off the ground to get it over the defender a little bit in real time. Just watch him flip it. Yep. Yeah. It's nice.
So I don't want to bore the listeners or the watchers with too many highlights. I think that's pretty much it. There was a lot of activity after that. Almada nearly sets up Araujo on kind of a similar kind of longer pass up the center there. There was another banger he shot from outside that forced Turner to make a save. Busca almost scores on us again.
Should have scored. Yeah, should have scored. You could see it coming. Oh, my goodness. And we were just a lucky prayer.
And then Moreno in the corner decides he wants to dribble 4 people, does so successfully, gets to the end line and crosses it back. And we miss a similar kind of opportunity that Busca just missed on the other side. So, the game was
back and forth. It could have been another goal for each side. Yep.
Full of action. Right?
Yep.
So,
it was an entertaining game. But again, you have to say that we were overall by far the better team, had more possession, and we're giving up too many goals on too few chances, Mikey Dobbs.
Yeah.